Money has no value until you trade it for something. So it's a means of exchange. And collecting a lot of money has value only in the fact that you can buy some of the things that you want or afford a comfortable retirement, pay for your children's college education. Because most of us are not rich. Most of us are what would be called middle class people. And there's an interesting statistic that was just announced 2 weeks ago that the top 1% of the people in income control 50% of the money. So where does that leave the rest of us? Now, and there are many of those rest of us and that other 50% of the money that would be considered fairly wealthy or that have lots of money. But money for the sake of money really has no value. But there are ways, you can learn how money can work for you. Most people don't know what compound interest is because it's not taught in schools unless you're in a finance class. Most people don't know the rule of 72s, which is a constant mathematical rule, which teaches you how fast money doubles. And I can give you an example. If you have an investment that makes 6%, if you divide the 6% into 72, and the answer is 12. So that means $1 invested at 6% becomes $2 in 12 years. And that same $2 at 6% becomes $4 in another 12 years. So if you understand the rule of 72s, you'll know how fast money doubles, and you'll know how fast money erodes by inflation, because that same constant mathematical rule applies. Teaching people how to use credit is, I think, vital in today's market. You can hardly do anything without having to use a credit card. So teaching them how to manage the credit card and pay the bill every month. If you can't afford to pay the bill, don't buy it. And because the interest that you're paying is astronomical, in my opinion. Now, unless you have a stellar credit score, it's hard to get a credit card for less than 21%. Most of them are 25 to 28% because people skipped a payment or were a day late on a payment. And actually in that class, I show what happens to a late payment when you make a late payment and how the charge is added on, and now the charge is getting interest. The late charge has interest applied to it as well, just like your balance had interest applied to it. And the last time I did it, I did an illustration on a whiteboard and showed that a $1,000 balance on a credit card at 18% interest, paying the minimum, more than the minimum, paying $25 a month as opposed to the minimum $15 a month, would take you 66 months to pay it off. That's 5.5 years to pay a debt for buying something that you probably didn't need and obviously couldn't afford because you borrowed money to buy it to impress people you don't like. So, using credit cards has to be done wisely. There's a wise use of credit cards, and there's an unwise use. And the people, and if you look at every credit card ad, it's all about points. It's all about getting trips, cash back. They never tell you how much they're going to charge you and that you have to pay the bill. No one tells you you're going to charge stuff. We're asking you to charge stuff right now, and you have to pay us, or we're going to come after you and sue you for the balance. No one tells you that. So it's false advertising, in my opinion.